So just what is nitazene and what makes that drug so dangerous?
Nitazene is a synthetic opioid, so it's a man-made product, similar to fentanyl, codeine, heroin, those sorts of drugs. But with the difference of its potency, as you've mentioned, is approximately 20 times greater than that of fentanyl, to which we are already familiar is a very potent drug in of itself.
You know, there were dozens of deaths related to cocaine and fentanyl last year, and the chief medical examiner's office said those numbers are only going to grow. Can you talk about this drug in relation to things like fentanyl, which really raised the alarm as well? This is something that's even more potent than fentanyl.
Absolutely. If we see an influx of nitazene into our province, we will see an increase in overdose deaths, undoubtedly. To say that the potency is an approximate 20 times greater than that of fentanyl should put that in a great perspective for people. This is a dangerous substance. Be very cautious and careful about what you're using, what you're buying. And again, if this comes into our province, we will see more overdose deaths in relation to this drug.
So this could potentially make a big problem even worse.
It certainly can. Our officers remain equipped with Narcan, which is still an effective tool to use with all opiates, including nitazene. However, with the potency of this drug, whether or not we'd be able to administer such a treatment in time, that remains to be seen. It's highly potent. It causes deep sedation and extremely lowered respiration rates, eventually leading to death.
How concerned are the police right now about this drug and whether it's going to start showing up more?
It's very concerning. It's very alarming. We have users out there who have certain tolerances to drugs that they normally use recreationally. This one was, we believe, marketed as morphine. So if you're a user of morphine, you develop that tolerance, you feel you're taking, an amount that your body can handle. You purchase this thinking it is morphine, and you take what you feel is a safe amount for you, which actually could end up, being a very lethal, deadly dose.
Yeah, let's talk about how this drug was actually acquired. The drug was purchased online, and you just mentioned that the buyer believed it was morphine. How common is it for people to purchase drugs off the internet?
It's certainly not uncommon. It is something that does happen, and it is something that people need to be aware of, especially, given the fact that manufacturers are not concerned with the product that they're producing and the effects, the adverse or fatal effects that they could have on the user. It's not uncommon that a substance marketed online may very well be a completely different substance altogether, could be mixed with other substances as well, which increases the risk to the user.
In this overdose case, this was in St. Anthony. What does the online drug market mean for those living in more remote, rural parts of the province?
It certainly opens the door, one would suggest, for availability of drugs that may not otherwise be present within the community.
What would be your main message to people out there who, use drugs recreationally, may not always know what they're buying? What's your message to them?
If you don't know what the substance is, don't ingest it. It's that simple.
Corporal Jolene Garland, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.